Hi VC, how you doing? Um, Quick update. Kind of reaches back a couple weeks. I'm still not showing everything I've been picking up lately, but anyway, most of this stuff came from Sonic Boom. Maybe a couple things from Jive Time in there, and we've got a few things up here to show, and I'll get to all those later. But I'll get to these first. Handful of 45s. This one, You Have Killed Me by Morrissey. Reflection as well. And every time I see a Morrissey or a Smiths single, I either think of Rob or I just, I grab it and buy it. Because you don't see these too often. I'm kind of surprised I don't see more Morrissey singles as they come out. I can't think of any that I've seen as they are released or as they come out. But anyway, happy to see this. This is another nice find. PJ Harvey, A Perfect Day, Elsie. I am still working my way through PJ Harvey's catalog of music, but again, when I see something on vinyl of hers that's original, I don't think anything's been re-released, but whenever anything pops up that's on vinyl, especially an album, it's a bit on the pricey side, so to find a 45 is usually a little bit more difficult to find. So I was glad to just see that and pick it up. Another 45 just picked up. This I picked up just yesterday. This Mortal Coil. It'll End in Tears. I believe this is it. Yeah, It'll End in Tears. And it was a great shape, 4AD. And trying to cover up the ladder I have back there. Not doing a very good job. But always like that 4AD label. I think I have a few other things by this Mortal Coil. This was another band that during the 80s, I was aware of them, but I never really bought anything by them or really got into their music. Sort of making up for lost time on that. So anyway, yeah, just ignore that ladder back there because I'm using it to get up and do things. Clean things and replace light bulbs, all that domestic kind of stuff. Yesterday, picked this up at Sonic Boom. It's kind of nice. Echo the Bunnymen 12-inch promo from the Sire album Ocean Rain, 7 Seas and Silver. And I was hoping that it would be, since it was sort of a company white cover, pretty stark, straightforward, I was hoping that it would be on white label, but nope. It's on yellow. But what was strange was when I pulled it out, I'm looking at it like this, and I'm noticing a shadow, and I'm thinking, I can see my hand through the black vinyl. And it is. This is transparent vinyl, but it's transparent black vinyl. Think of, I don't know if you can see me. I can see you quite well. Hello. It's like splatter black vinyl. It's got swirls of color. It's almost, I don't know how to describe it, like a really light coffee color, but I can see through it. It's almost like looking through a pair of sunglasses. If you can just grab a pair of sunglasses and look through them, and that's what this vinyl is like. I wish I could. I think the only way to do it is to shine a light behind, which I thought about doing, but trust me, this is very transparent. Whoa. Okay, enough of the experimenting. Trust me, I can see through this like I'm looking through a pair of sunglasses. This is very cool. I've never seen transparent black vinyl before. So, yeah, I'm going to take time to put this back on. No, I'm going to do this. Trying to make this a short video, trying to make this a short clip to just highlight the things that I want to show. Because there's some other things I haven't shown. I'm going to be whipping through a lot of stuff here, so it'll still end up being 20 minutes long. I'm probably 10 minutes in already, almost. So that was a pickup yesterday. 12-inch New Order. I think I got this one at, Jive Time. Round and Round. I'm pretty sure this is a standard 12-inch single. Yeah, Quest needs a little bit of, needs a sleeve, an inner sleeve, and Needs a little bit of cleaning up, but otherwise it's in great shape. But back to Sonic Boom. In the last clip, I had shown, last update, I had shown some of the Beat the Boot box individual albums that Frank Zappa put out. And I was thinking, I don't think these were released separately. I think these were released just in the box. And when I talked to the guy at Sonic Boom, I don't think I've ever been introduced to him. But Kurt was there checking me out. He's a member of the Facebook VC. And the other person that was there, I can't remember his name, but I've talked with him a few times about things. He said that, yeah, somebody brought in a box, a Beat the Boot box, but the box itself was pretty beat, literally. So they just chucked the box, and they put these guys out for sale. So I picked this one up. This one has really great fidelity, sounds really good, and a great selection of songs, too. So I was very happy to have it. It's a double album. So on the Rhino Fooey label. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool when Frank put these out. I think the boxes came out, I don't think they ever came out on CD. Maybe they did. But I know there was a cassette box as well as the vinyl box. So it makes 3 out of that box that I have. And I think there were, 2 boxes? And I don't know how many albums per box there were, maybe 10. Not sure. But I thought it was a great idea when those came out, what he did. So, Third Man Records put out 3 live to acetate discs. This is The Shins at Third Man Records. What does it say here? Recorded live to acetate, Third Man Live. And it's basically a... I don't think it's on colored vinyl. It's straightforward black vinyl. It's got EP. It's got 3 tracks on each side, I believe. 7 tracks total. 3 on one side, 4 on the other. No, I take that back. 4 and 4. There's 8 tracks. So it's an 8-track. Anyway, I don't have a lot of the Shins, but I do like them, and this was reasonably priced. I like the packaging. Pretty straightforward with the die cut here, so you can see the label. Pretty cool. And a photo of the band worked into the artwork. There's the back side. So that was nice to add. They had, I think, 3 copies of each of these, and they only had the 1 left of the Shins, so I grabbed that. See, this is from last week, which I haven't opened yet, but I want to very soon. This is the new Pet Shop Boys album, Electric. Pick that up. It's a double album. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to try to go and see them this time around when they tour. Not sure when they're going to be here, but I think they are coming back to Seattle, so looking forward to spinning that on. Now, this is something that I saw maybe a month, maybe even 2 months ago. Someone had sold a whole bunch of Japanese records. Most of them were, as this person put it, this person I was talking to about the Zappa Beat the Boot box. Even though these are Japanese pressings, regular albums, regular pressings of them, he couldn't get $1 for, he said. So he was putting them out for about $5 a piece. And there was just an instant Alan Parsons Project collection of Japanese pressings. And they were $5 a piece. And I let them sit there because there are other things I wanted to buy. And over the 2 months, 2 of them sold, which one of them I kind of wish I grabbed. At least that one to begin with. But I finally decided I'm going to go in and get these. So for $5, I got 5, the 5 that were left. There were 7 total. So I got the 5 that were left. And they're $5 a piece. There's no Obi on them. But they do have, I'll take this one out to show you. They do have, they're in just perfect condition. A couple of them have some stains down here, almost like coffee stains. I think that might have been what happened. Some coffee got spilled on them. I don't know. But they all have the insert that goes with them. And nice Japanese pressings. These were very well taken care of, hardly played. Can't even tell they've been played. They might as well have been brand new. So That's pretty much it for all of them. I wish the Obies had been with them, but for $5 a piece, no complaints. Let me quickly put this back. I'll just put this out here like this, and then back in here. Oops, sorry. I touched a bad key, made a funny noise. Okay, that's one of them. Pyramid, also got Eye in the Sky. Again, $5, Japanese pressing. You can see a little bit of discoloration down here, like, you know, something happened. The vinyl's fine, just a little bit. On a couple of them, there's just a little bit of something happened on the Turn of a Friendly Card. And these are all Japanese pressings. Alan Parsons, how many times am I going to say this? Alan Parsons Project. Ammonia Avenue. I've always been interested in hearing this one, and never have. So, anyway, it's sort of an instant Alan Parsons project. Now, the one that they had that I regret not picking up right away was, because it sold, was Stereotomy. I used to have that, and I really like that album. And the fifth one that I got here was Vulture Culture. I think the other one might have been Eve. Is it called Eve or Adam and Eve? I'm not sure. I think it's called Eve. So those are the two that I think that I missed out on. And I kind of wish I grabbed them. At least the Stereotomy one, but I'll find them eventually. Let's see. Sonic Boom. Again, this is all Sonic Boom stuff. Tones on Tail. Christian Says, backed with one of my favorite songs from the 80s, Twist. Which, if you haven't heard Twist, you need to hear Twist by Tones on Tail. It is it's sort of a goth, industrial, dark surf song, instrumental. And it's on the lovely transparent blue vinyl, which looks more lovely and transparent from my side than from your side. So, anyway. I think I've got the red vinyl 12-inch single that sort of was a companion to this. They had it there. I didn't pick it up because I think I have that one. It's possible I have now two of these, which I don't mind because I really like this song. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. When I went back, well, actually, when I went up to pay for the Alan Parsons projects, the same guy was talking to me about the Zappas this time around last week. Saw me buying those. Oh, we're finally selling those Alan Parsons projects. Like, you know, they've been waiting for them to go. And I said, yeah, you know, there's no OB, but again, you know, $5, Japanese pressings, they look great. And he told me that we have some more of that same collection of different artists, and he just hasn't put them out yet. So he let me have a look through, and there were a handful that I wanted to buy. But I was just getting into Bill Bruford's first album, solo album. And I think I talked about it in the last update, or maybe an update before that. And he had 3 Bill Bruford Japanese pressings, and for $5 a piece. So I went ahead and grabbed them. And let's see, I'll just show real quick. Again, these are the Japanese pressings. His first solo album. This is just a sticker that's on there, so yeah, it's just a sticker. Nothing to do with the album, and it's just, I don't know what it means, but these are all $5 a piece. Again, no OB, but Japanese pressings. This is a great album. I'm so glad I got this, and glad I have another copy of it, Japanese pressing, so I might be passing the other one along. His second album, which is also terrific. I think I have a standard copy of this, but not a Japanese pressing, so again, I was happy to grab this. One of a Kind, that's his second album. Alan Holdsworth's on it. This is really good as well. But yeah, feels good to me. His first album, highly recommended. I don't care much for the vocals. The woman who's singing vocals on it, take it or leave it, but it is what it is. So, and then finally another one, which I want to say I've heard this, or no, I can't remember, but I think I've heard this before. I'm not sure. I haven't put it on though, but it's Moraz Bruford, music for piano and drums. Again, Japanese pressing, $5. So, grab those. Pretty good deals. $5 Japanese pressings. No OB. That's okay. I don't know how many times I've reminded you or said to you that these are Japanese pressings, but I didn't do it. I apologize. Probably heard it first time and screaming at me not to say anything. Okay, I've just got some random things up here that I've been cropping up. A few people have been showing this, including Dereck, and it's my addition to the picture disc series for David Bowie's This Is Life on Mars. I've got all of the series so far, I hope, and I hope I can keep up with them all. We'll have to see. Put that back up there. A few other items really quick that I picked up yesterday at that other store I go to. Sorry, I'm all shiny and stuff. It's a little muggy today. Even in here with my AC on, it's still kind of muggy. I keep the AC at 74, so it's not too. I'm not freezing, and it's not constantly on. So still the heat. Not Dexter. Can't blame that on him. This is something I picked up at Jive Time yesterday, and picked it up along with another album on the same label. I'd never heard of this before. It was on the Belaphon label, and I was just very curious. Basilisk Records, Belaphon. When I put it on, I listened to the first. I sampled the first 3 or 4 tracks, and it was great. I loved it. It was kind of this funky, kind of just a tinge of pre-disco funk rock. Never heard of the band before. I'm glad I picked it up. As you can see by the name, 9 Days Wonder, Sonnet to Billy Frost. If you come across this, recommend you pick it up. Really good. I love this album. This label as well. It's quite nice. Like colors in it. It's one of those distinctive labels you see. So yes, it's a German pressing from 1976. So just on that verge of disco sound, but like I said, it's just a tinge of it, just a bit. But it's otherwise vocals, everything's great. Very happy to have this. Just a couple other things. I did show this guy. Oh, let's see. Let's show this guy here. It's another one from Jive Time. I think I might have already had this, but it's a 12-inch promo of George Harrison. I shouldn't have split this up, but I just grabbed this first. And yeah, it is a promo, but again, no white label, unfortunately. But it's a promo for Got My Mind Set on You LP version. And someone's phone number. Mr. Daly's phone number. Don't call that phone number if you can see it. If you receive this record, call this phone number. Okay. Another thing from Australia. Yeah, this was I've never seen this before, but I, thought, well, you don't see that very often. At first I thought it might have been a boot, but then I looked it up and looked at it more, and this is an official Australian release on Capitol Records. Brian Wilson Rarities. Pretty cool artwork on the cover. What it is music that Brian Wilson had written for the Beach Boys, for the Honeys, for other bands and other artists, and that he produced. So in some cases he collaborated with the bands. There's 10 tracks on each, or the artists, 10 tracks on each side. With Gary Usher, the Honeys, Sharon Marie, Glenn Campbell, the Survivors, the Honeys, Sharon Marie, Honeys, Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson and Rumbo. Bunch more Beach Boys stuff, Sharon Marie, Beach Boys. It all sounds like a Beach Boys album. It actually kind of, when you play it, it does sound like, because the way he produced it as he would if it was going to be a Beach Boys album. And so, Eli, if you're watching this is part of the famous Bruce collection. I don't know, they're still coming in, the Bruce collection. So whatever the original insert was for this probably got tossed out in place of this nice audiophile anti-static inner sleeve, but still, it would have been nice to have kept the inner sleeve as well. So there's the purple Capitol label, and made in Australia. 10 tracks on each side. Even though they squeezed 10 tracks on each side, they're not very long songs, and it sounds great. It has a really, really good sound to it. So um, I looked this one up quickly on eBay. I think there was one copy of it available, and it was going for more than I paid for it. Then again, mine isn't necessarily complete. It's missing that inner sleeve. Should have shown this right after showing the other, after showing the 9 Days Wonder. Still learning the band's name, so because this is also on the Belaphon label, and I showed this last night on Facebook real quick, as well as I showed this one. This is I don't know how to pronounce the name of the band, but Dzyan, Dzyan, Electric Silence. This was sort of a bit of a splurge for me because I recognize it as being something you're not going to see every day on the shelves. So the covers and the face of the cover and the back of the cover here is in great shape. It has a the glue is just stopped gluing. That's all. So it's an easy. Just want to make sure I get something that will not stain or otherwise interact with the paper. I don't know what they used, but it looks like just maybe some double back tape laid in there, stick it together, good as new. I want to make sure that I get the right stuff. So, and anyway, this is Electric Silence again on the Bacillus Records Belaphon label from 1974, and it's. I'd put it in the category of space rock, prog, experimental. It's all really interesting stuff. Make sure I get it back in. I heard this had been re-released, and but because it was on the original label, I wasn't concerned about it being a counterfeit or a re-release, and I didn't pay an arm and a leg for it, but I knew that this was something that, like I said, an original like this wasn't going to come along every day, so I wanted to grab it. Artwork on the cover is fantastic. So. Anyway, and Dexter is doing some tightrope walking here. Let me help you out, bub. Yeah, let's get these out of the way. Ugh. These are the ones I just showed. Okay, so finally, last but not least, we're over 20 minutes. It always happens. So let's do that one separately. I should do this one separately as well. But I did get Dereck's Nice in the mail. My yes. 1 out of 1 cats agreed. Dereck's Nice album is terrific. I'm familiar with Dereck's Nice album from having bought it on Bandcamp probably about a year ago. I went through and I downloaded a bunch of stuff from them. And Dexter, thank you for that, Dexter. And but I'm going to download it again so I get this version of it, and it's on the yellow vinyl. It is one of the. I haven't played it yet, but I can tell that it is one of the special. Kissed by the Sun editions. I haven't played it yet. I haven't put it on. I trust that when Dereck said that it still plays just fine, and I will give it a listen. And what I will probably do is when Dereck has the repress of it, and he said he was going to offer, a discount to get another copy that's completely flat, I will pick up another one of those. I'm not going to return this. I went over and over in my mind, going, well, why? People have said, it's a no-win situation. Whose fault is it? Well, I don't know. It's one of those things you just take a chance on. But as a friend was telling me, who moved recently, I told him, "Are you worried about putting all those records in the sun in a van or in a trailer like that?" He said, "No. As long as they're stacked up and they got other records going, it should be fine." So Dereck received these, and they were some of them were warped to varying degrees. They must have been left out in the sun somewhere along the way, and I think that's the fault of the delivery service, not the fault of the company that pressed them, not Dereck's fault at all. I think that it's the fault of the delivery service because they must have just put them out in the direct sun. And my friend said they know because if you got so many records packed together in that box, they're pretty much keep themselves. Thank you, Dexter, very much. Keep themselves flat because they're all pressing against each other. If it was in direct sunlight, I don't think you can help but have some warping going on. And so somewhere along the line, on their way to Dereck's house, must have received some kind of direct sunlight. Must have been left out somewhere at a sorting facility, or who knows, wherever. So that's that's kind of where I kind of lay that blame. And so I'm going to hold on to this guy and just look at it as a sun-kissed album. And I'm looking forward to put it on. I'm sure it'll play just fine. And when there's another copy to be bought later on, when this company makes good and represses it for him, I'll pick up another copy, and that'll be that. So thank you, Dereck. I'm glad I got this. Dexter is also very happy that I got it as well. Nothing else to show. I keep forgetting to show one thing, but once again, I'm at over 25 minutes. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you later, and I'm trying to stay cool. You too. Bye-bye.